The most dangerous phishing attacks seem completely ordinary. If something hits our inbox, seemingly from a bank or online service we already use, we inherently trust it. The familiarity of the current sender suggests authenticity with potentially disastrous consequences. Phishing is, of course, a type of cyber attack where hackers deceive people into revealing sensitive information like passwords or credit card details. This is often done by impersonating a real source, perhaps through email. We've all seen way too many of these by now. An insistent email from Amazon urging us to update our login credentials. A message from a coworker asking for login details because they forgot theirs. Canada Revenue Agency telling us our account is in arrears and letting us know we can conveniently pay it through Apple gift cards. There's no end to these scams on the internet. We instantly ignore most of them because they're clearly fake, such as from a bank you've never frequented. If a message also lacks personalization, we can guess it is being sent indiscriminately to millions of people and is a fraud. To overcome that lack of personalization, attackers may resort to spear phishing, which is targeted at a small group or even a single individual. This can be very effective if carefully crafted, but it usually requires some knowledge of the individual or details about their environment or history. The more detail it contains, the more genuine it looks, and the more likely it is to snare the target. Individualized specific information can be gleaned through various search tactics, but a common one is to use public records that are easily accessible online. This includes registrations such as trademarks, and although this isn't new, there's been an increase in sophisticated spear phishing attempts against trademark owners. When a trademark is registered in Canada, like most other countries, the registration is posted on the registry's website. In Canada, this is the Canadian Intellectual Property Office. Publication like this is necessary so other parties can search for potential conflicting trademarks and find owners. Accordingly, the name and address of the trademark owner will be available. Most of the time, a phone number or email is not posted, but a simple web search can quickly find many of those details. Most registrants are not experts in trademark procedures. All they might know is that they registered a trademark, they paid some fees, and that registrations have a limited term which will eventually require renewal. Attackers take advantage of all these factors and put together a spear phishing email designed to extract money from the victim. For instance, we've seen an uptick in official looking emails, allegedly from a trademark agent, warning that the recipient's registration is either up for renewal or is somehow in jeopardy. These look genuine. Here's a graphic from one that is making the rounds in 2024. Pretty impressive, right? It says right there it's official, and they have a testimonial from the CEO of one of Canada's largest companies. But if you did not already know what he looks like, here is the real Galen G. Weston. The first graphic was in an email warning the recipient that someone else has applied for a trademark, which might infringe theirs, and the recipient should use the email sender's company to deal with it. The attacker will try to strike up a relationship and get some money for a renewal or to fight the infringement or some other excuse to extract funds. It might even go further and seek bank account information with terrible results for the victim. Another type of spear phishing involving trademarks or patents is an official looking email or even snail mail warning that the registration is about to expire or that the normal annual maintenance fee is due. It's usually not an extreme amount, maybe a few $100s, but it's fake. Spear phishing attacks like this, especially with little understood procedures like those in trademark and patent registrations, are dangerous because they look real. They also involve relatively small amounts, so less care is taken to verify their crest. There's not much you can do to avoid getting these messages in the first place. Your registration is in the public record, and anybody, good or bad, can search them. The protection you have is vigilance when you do get an email like this. The best approach if you have questions is to talk to the agent who acted for you in the original application. They will be able to instantly tell you if it's a legitimate or not. If you're not using the original agent, contact another representative who can track down the information for you. We at Procido see these often and are happy to help with questions about a registration, whether we handled it initially or not. Although most of us are used to spam and phishing attacks, attackers are always improving their methods and adding new techniques to take advantage of gaps in our knowledge, distractions, or just the busyness of work life. Be careful with any messages And if anything hits your desktop that looks suspicious, feel free to reach out to us.